everyone. Thanks for stopping by my channel, the Brian K channel. It's been a long time since I made a video. I haven't been doing much. I had cancer for a while, so that's one reason. But it's been a long while, so I decided to start doing some videos again. The first one I'm going to start out with is a cooking video, and today I'm going to show you how to make Benihana style rice. And I've been going to Benihana since I was 12 years old. I'm now 56. The first one I started going to was the one in Dallas, Texas, at Park Central. I started going there at least once a year for birthdays. And I moved out of Texas in 2008, and that was about the last time. I've been to a couple here and there in other cities and stuff like that. And we have a knockoff one here in town, a couple of them. We've only been to one, where they do a little bit extra for your money, but they give you fried noodles along with everything else that Benihana normally gives you. But it's a pretty good restaurant, it's good money and everything, good prices and so forth. But like I said, it's been a while since I've done a video. The reason I'm wearing the head thing is because, yes, I did have cancer, and or a form of cancer, and I had to go through a stem cell transplant. Which a lot of you know about because you follow me on my Facebook page. So like I said, we're getting back into videos, and the first one I'm going to do is a fried rice one. Now, I saw a video online called Benihana Fried Rice Recipe the Right Way. And I'm not here to put down that video or anything like that. It's a good video. I follow the directions exactly on it, and as I could, because the only thing wrong with the video, in my opinion, is that there are no measurements on there. There are a couple, I guess, but they're not full measurements. They don't tell you how much onion, they don't tell you how much carrot, so forth. The recipe I'm going to be making today is for 2 people. You probably have a little bit left over, which I never mind. I always order an extra order whenever I go to Benihana or in any kind of teppanyaki style restaurant. The last video I made was about 10 years ago, and it was for a Sky Team Trail Buddy. It was how to put together a motorcycle that I had bought online, and that was the very first video I ever made. So this is going to be, again, my first cooking video. So if imitation is the sincere form of flattery and so forth, that's what I'm trying to achieve here. I'm not trying to put down anybody's videos or anything like that. I just wanted to make some good fried rice and have some good recipes and measurements and so forth. I do thank you for watching my channel. Again, this is the Brian K, not the Rachel Ray, but the Brian K channel. And we'll get right into the Benihana fried rice, and we're going to start with the ingredients. I may repeat myself in some things I say along the way, but you know, that's because they're important. Now this, as I said, it's going to be a 2-person recipe with maybe a little bit left over. It's going to be a 2-day process. We're going to cook the rice. I'm going to show you the ingredients. We're going to cook the rice on the first day. It's all going to be one video, obviously, though. But we're going to cook the rice and do the ingredients on the first day. And then on the second day, and I'll let you know how these days progress on the videos. On the second one, we're going to put everything together and cook it up, and it's going to make the house smell great, and you're going to be reminded of Benihana, blah, blah, blah. Now, like I said, I had done this before, and but I had done it with chicken breast. Now, I'm under the assumption that Benihana, after all the times that I've been to these types of places, Benihana and the rest of them, yeah, you can use chicken breast if you want to, but most of them, I believe, and you can see this in some of the videos where somebody took a video of they actually cooking the fried rice at Benihana. I believe you can look on there, and I think it's going to be chicken thigh. A little bit cheaper for the restaurants than breasts are, and you know, with restaurants, the bottom line is always to make $1. You know, turn a profit. So I'm almost thinking, and I tried it with the white chicken breast, and the chicken came out kind of dry or so forth. You know, it was real juicy when I seared it and did all that, and then cut it up in cubes, and it was still juicy and everything, and it just kind of dried out, you know. And all the hibachi chickens or the teriyaki chickens or whatever on the menus that I've ever had at these places, like Benihana and Azuma here in town in New Mexico and other places, I bet you, down in a little small print in the menu, it says you can substitute white meat if you want. It's going to cost you like $1.25 extra, And I did it one time and it turned out horrible. It was so dry and everything, and I went back to the regular chicken that they use, and I believe it's a dark chicken. It just helps grease along the rice, everything like that, a lot better. And I just think it works out a lot better. So, that being said, let's get on to the ingredient part of the video. Okay, and welcome back. Now we're going to go over the list of ingredients that you'll need to make the Benihana style fried rice. That's chicken fried rice, for that matter. First of all, you're going to need 1 cup of the Botan rice. Now the Botan is what, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, not Botan or something like that, but it is a real good rice. As I said, I already made this recipe once, and it came out really good. And it is what Benihana uses. Next up on the ingredient list is you're going to need a 1/2 cup of carrots. Now, instead of going and buying a whole bunch of carrots that I don't need, because I only need one good one really, I bought this little snack thing of it. It comes with ranch dressing and a bunch of little baby carrots in it. So I chop up all the baby carrots, and I save some poor carrots from just dying in my refrigerator and stuff. So you need a 1/2 cup of that, and I'll also put all these ingredients down in the description area also. Next up is a 1/2 cup of onion right here, and that can be a white or yellow or whatever onion you want, because we're going to use that onion and a 1/2 cup of it, and then we're going to chop up 1 little bunch of green onions, which we will turn into chives. So we'll chop that up. I chop it down to, pretty good size there, about down to there or so, so from the top. Well, not exactly, but about from there. So cut off those ends there. But yeah, so 1 of those right there, 1 of those little bundles there. 2 large eggs, next on the menu, right down there. 2 large eggs. And the next thing on the list is, and we're going to be making some garlic butter also. Now tomorrow, we're going to make the garlic butter tomorrow. So we're doing this in kind of stages because we have to cook the rice and let it sit overnight. We have to dehydrate it some, and it's the best way to do it. There's other people talk about doing it in their oven at 200 degrees for however many long hours or whatever to dry the rice out. Just do it in your fridge. Do it the way I'm telling you. I learned from this video online that Benihana style rice the right way, and like I said, his recipe works. Okay, it's just a few ingredient tweaks because he didn't give the amount of ingredients. Okay, so you're gonna need 2 large eggs. Then you're gonna need 1/2 a chicken breast or 1 thigh. Now this is how much thigh I'm using right here. That's chicken thighs. Actually, it's 2 of them, and they're just melded together because my food saver, it vacuum packs it. So I'm going to use that right there. That is probably 1/2 to 3/4 pound of a chicken thigh right there. Next on, sorry about that. Next on is the safflower oil. That's not sunflower oil, that's safflower oil, S-A-F, and then the word flour. All these ingredients I was able to get at Walmart except for that right there, the safflower oil. That I had to go to Albertsons or one of the chain markets or whatever, Smith's, Kroger, Safeway, whatever you want to call it. I had to go to one of those places to find that. I even looked in the Asian section at Walmart, so I'm just telling you, I couldn't find it anywhere. If you find it, let me know down in the comment area down below. Next on the list is the sesame seeds right here, and then do that. There you go. After that is your soy sauce. And you're just going to need little, I'm not giving measurements on these because these are dashes and stuff like that. The safflower oil, I'll probably give you like 1/8 of a teaspoon or 1/8 of, I don't know what it is, but however much you use in the pan. And all the rest of these are kind of like dashes, pinches, grinds, whatever. There's no exact measurements on them. Do them to your flavoring, that's for sure. But to do the garlic butter, we're going to need 1 stick of unsalted butter. So you're going to need that. So make sure you have that. I don't have it out here on the table, but you're going to need 1 stick of unsalted butter. Like I said, sesame seeds, soy sauce. Then you're going to need some lemon. Now, I don't go with real lemon. I go with lemon juice. Okay, it worked just as good. Okay, and then some kosher salt and pepper. And you can either use ground pepper or out of the grinder there. You can use the other kind that's real powderized and whatnot. I prefer the grinding pepper. It's fresh, it's nice, so forth. But those are all the ingredients that you need. If you have any questions about that, just put it down Put it down in the comment area down there, and I'll answer any questions you have. Next, we're going to get on to cooking the rice. Okay, now on to the cooking of the rice. What we have here in my pan right now is 1.5 cups of water, and a pinch of kosher salt is in that pan, and we're waiting for that to heat up to a boil. In fact, no, we're not. We're pouring in our rice. I forgot. We're pouring in our rice, and I've got 1 cup of rice. So it's 1 cup of rice to 1.5 cups water. So we're going to pour that in. Now, you want to make sure you stir the rice around. Make sure all your little kernels of rice get wet. They're going swimming. You know, you want to make sure everybody gets soaking wet there. So just stir it around for a minute or two, making sure all your rice gets soaked. Yeah, give it a good little bath there and everything. Get all your rice off the sides if any gets stuck on there. All right. So we're going to let that come to just to a boil, and I'm going to show you what just a boil is. And so forth. And I hope you'll be able to see it, is what I basically mean. Let's get that over the fire there a little bit evener. Okay. Okay, here we are. I hope you can see that. It's just starting to boil now. Just barely starting to boil. So what we're going to do is we're going to stir it one more time, making sure none of the kernels or ricettes or whatever you want to call them, making sure they're not stuck to the bottom, making sure none of them are stuck in there at all. And then we're going to cover this, and we're going to turn it down to low. Alright, so like I said, we covered that, turned it down to low, and we're going to keep it on the burner for 20 minutes. And we'll be back in about 20 minutes. Now I just wanted to come back and show you here. I had a little problem here. It kind of overflowed and so forth. But whatever you do during this process, do not take the lid off. Okay, you're going to ruin the whole thing if you take the lid off. We're going to be leaving it on for quite a while here. We're going to be taking it off the heat and leaving the lid on and so forth. I mean, so do not take the lid off no matter how much you're tempted. These glass top counters I found that take a lot more time. Here it goes again, see? They take a lot more time to cool down than your regular element stoves or even a gas stove. So that's the only thing I really don't like about these glass top counters is the glass takes a long time to settle back down to, like I put it on low. I had it on boil. We brought it just to a boil, and then and so then I turned it down to low, and you see what happens. It's still hot like it's boiling. So, but we still need to keep it on there, you know, and stuff, and keep it, you know, going. I really had it off for almost too long there, but we just need to, you know, keep it going and just keep an eye on it. It might overflow a little bit, but just keep an eye on it, okay? 20 minutes is not a long time. We're only 17 minutes away, so like I said, just, it's the countertop. If you have an element stove, you probably won't run into this problem. If you have a gas stove, you probably won't run into this problem. That's the only thing I don't like about these glass top stoves is that they take a long time for the heat to decrease. But again, we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, and we're back for about the last 25 seconds or so. As you can see, it's steaming nicely there, cooking nicely, still a little steam coming out of the hole and so forth, and we're going to be removing it from the heat. As I said, it's on low right now. We did it on high until it just started to boil, and then we covered it and we turned it down to low. And as you remember, we had a couple boil over incidents. Oh, there's a timer, so let me grab that. Okay, so we're going to remove it from here, and then we're going to place it right over here on our thing. And remember, keep the lid on. I know it's tempting to take it off and fluff the rice up and everything like that. We're going to do that later, and we're going to set the timer for another 20 minutes. Alright, so it's been another 20 minutes, and so now we're time to take off the lid. Nope, there goes the timer. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes, so now we're going to remove the lid. I hope you didn't remove it any time earlier. But we're going to remove the lid. Steam comes off, of course. We're going to go in there. We're going to fluff our rice up real nice. There's going to be some stuck at the bottom, yes. Just soak your pan and you'll be okay. No big deal. So we're going to go in there and we're going to fluff it all up. And you can see we got quite a bit here. Doesn't look that much when it's sitting in the bottom of the pan. But when you start fluffing it up, and then when we add all the ingredients to it tomorrow, oh my God. Dude, we're going to have so much rice, it's not even going to be funny. So, get that all fluffed up there. There we go. I don't want to waste any. Alright, so get that all fluffed up. Take my warming rack, put it away. Okay, now we're going to move our just cookie sheet. Basic cookie sheet. It's got edges on it. I like using that kind. And we're just going to dump all this in there. And dump it all in there. There's going to be some left over in the pan, but you're never going to get it all out. So just try the best you can with anything in life. Just try the best you can. Okay. So there's that, and we're going to spread it out. Spread it out kind of thin and so forth. We want it to dehydrate, so you want it to get everything, you know. So we're going to spread it out like that. We're going to toss it in the fridge overnight. We're going to come out tomorrow morning. You know, you don't have to get up extra early or anything like that, but just come out tomorrow morning after you wake up, you know, and flip it over. Flip each part over, you know, so then put it back in the refrigerator, because you're not going to make this until the nighttime anyway, or the evening, about 5 or 6 o'clock, something like that, or 7 o'clock. Some people eat at, some people even at 8 o'clock or whatever. I used to. But, yeah, so you're going to have a good part of the day. So just get up in the morning, flip it all over using a spatula. I'll show you how when I come back then. And that'll be it. And then we'll get the cooking after that. And the cooking part is the fun part. Okay? And you're not going to need a wok or anything. I'm going to show you how to do it in a regular frying pan. It's kind of a bold frying pan, but bold as in a bowl of cereal or whatever. But it's not a wok. It's definitely not a wok. And that's another thing. He did it in a wok. I'm not doing it in a wok on the other video. Okay? So, and it comes out fine. Okay. So we fluffed it all out, spread it all out. Going to put it in the fridge. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it's morning, the next morning, and we got our fried rice. It's been sitting in the refrigerator all night. It's nice and dehydrated on top. And all we're going to do right now is turn it over on the other side, so the other side can get dehydrated, so we can get ready for cooking tonight. So we're basically just going to go in here and flip all this over. Okay, now that we got it all flipped over, we're going to put it back in the refrigerator until this evening when we make the whole, put everything together and make it. Now, 2 reminders at this point. One reminder is don't forget to take your chicken out of the freezer. So that way it can be defrosted, totally defrosted by tonight. Your second thing is you want to take out your unsalted butter stick. And for the garlic butter, which I'm going to show you later how to make. I'm going to show you all the ingredients of that and how to make it. It's very simple. But you want to take out your chicken, and you want to take out your butter, your unsalted butter, 1 stick. And we will see you later tonight when we put all this together and make it magical. All right, so it's the evening of, and here we are. And there was one thing that I forgot to tell you. And that is the ingredients for the garlic butter. So we're going to be using 1 stick of and I use this Land O'Lakes unsalted butter. It comes in little half sticks, so 2 sticks of this equals a whole stick. We're going to be using that. Some soy sauce, some lemon juice, and some minced garlic. Now you can use regular garlic clove, or you can use minced garlic like I'm using. Either way, it doesn't matter really. You're still going to get the same taste and everything. A fresh one probably give you a little bit better, but so it's going to be the 1 stick of butter, the 1 tablespoon of minced garlic to start with. So I'm going to undo our butters here. That'll better this time. That's what I have a kitchen rag for, so I can get a little dirty. Alright, so there we go. There's our 1 stick. Let me get my rag. Back, we got our 1 stick in there. Next thing we're going to put in is 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. And I'm going to drain off the extra juices and stuff because we're going to have a lot of juice anyway. So we're going to do 1 big fat tablespoon of minced garlic there. And so now I want to take that and you want to mix that. We're going to put in some other ingredients, but you want to mix these two first. And it's going to be kind of tough, but you can get it done, I'm sure. Next we're going to add a squeeze of lemon juice. Just pop our little lemon open like this. And we'll give it a couple of squirts there to equal a squeeze. And we're going to put in, I've got down 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to start out with half one right now. And we'll just work our way up from there and see what it looks like. Because I put a little bit too much in last time. So we're going to start with half. And we'll see what that kind of consistency. I'm looking for a certain kind of consistency. So if that gives me what I'm looking for, then we'll be okay. Last time it was a little bit too dark for my liking. You want it to have the consistency of, say, like a butter pecan ice cream. That's what we're looking for here. And you're not going to use it all in one place. We're going to use it in a couple places. We're going to use a little bit right at the beginning, and then we'll use a little bit more later on. Yeah, that looks better this time. It's not as strong this time. So there you have it right there. If you can see that. Yep, that's about the consistency you're looking for. Kind of like I said, like a butternut ice cream. You know, you can see the garlic things look like nuts instead of, whoop, there goes my timer. Hang on a minute. Sorry about that. I got a couple other things cooking in the kitchen too right now. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're looking for right there. The consistency you're looking for, like I said, kind of like a butter pecan ice cream, where the garlic little things, I don't know what they're called, but they look like kind of like nuts instead of little garlic cloves and stuff. But that's what we're looking for right there. All done. Easy peasy. All right, next up on the list is going to be our veggies and cutting those up. Okay, so next up on the list is chopping or dicing up all of our vegetables. We got our carrots, our onions, and our green onions. So we're just going to take care of that right now. In here, I usually chop these in half, and then again, and then we'll get with the little chop in here.
Okay, so now we have all our vegetables cut up. We got a half cup of carrot, half cup of onion with some carrot in it, a half cup of green onion, which is also chives, and we got that all set to go. All right, so next we will be doing cooking the chicken. Next we'll be cooking the chicken. We're going to use this is going to be your call or whatever. This is a medium fry pan, and I'm going to put in was about, I would guess, about a tablespoon of safflower oil. That's that safflower oil that I told you about earlier. We're going to put that, we're going to put the pan on medium high, and we're getting ready to cook our chicken. We're not looking to cook it all the way through. We are looking to give it a good sear, and we will, because we'll be dicing it up and it'll be cooking a little bit more later when we put everything together. So we're looking for, you know, kind of pink inside still, even though that's not the way we're going to eat it. Okay, so in the last few, we're also going to add some of the garlic butter on here too. Not all of it, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook it till it's just pink enough, or just seared, and then we're gonna take it off. We're gonna slice it up into little cubes, and then we're going to put it back in there and cook a little bit more with some of the garlic butter. But we'll get to that when it comes. So just hang on. Also, I thought I might drop in that we're not seasoning the chicken at all right now. We're just putting them in. We're going to put those two thighs over here in the pan as soon as it heats up. And that's it. And we're just going to sear the outsides of them and then pull them off and cube them up. Give me just a minute. Let the pan heat up. Okay, so our pan has heated up sufficiently here. We're going to get the oil going around, and we're going to throw the chicken on there. Ooh, that's something you want to hear. When you're cooking chicken and stuff like that on the grill here, and some oil, ooh, you want to hear that. You want to hear that sizzle going. There we go. And get some oil down on these too. There we go. So we'll just cook these enough to sear them. Just a couple minutes on each side to do it. And we got this on a medium-high heat. About a 7 on my stove. You want to get them out of the pan, because the more you leave them in the pan, they still keep cooking. So when we move them out of the pan, we don't want them cooking anymore right now. They're going to be a little pink on the inside. Don't get alarmed. So we're just going to chop them up into little pieces now. Okay, now we got our meat all chopped up. We're just going to toss it back in there. Yep. And move it around some. And we're going to put one glob of our garlic butter in there. So about like that. Oop. Hang on. Alright, making sure all our chicken gets coated. And we still want it to be a little bit pink, so we don't want to overdo it here. That's why I keep taking it off here. We don't want to overdo it. Because it's still going to cook more when we put it all together here. So if we still have some pink pieces like you're seeing in here, that's okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to take it off about now. Well, next on our list is going to be, we're going to scramble a couple eggs. So I got 2 large eggs over there, and we're going to scramble them in that bowl right there, and then I'm going to scramble them on the stovetop right here. I still have my stovetop here staying at about, I don't know, 5.5 to 6, keeping it warm, because we are going to need it later on. So right now I'll crack the eggs. There's one. Two. We'll get our pan over here, get it warmed up. And I'm not putting any milk in these or anything, I'm just doing straight, fresh scrambled eggs. Just get them mixed up real good here. Tell you what, I think I'm going to leave them just a tiny bit runny because we are going to be cooking them a little bit more later too. So put that in there, save those for later also. So that's it for that. Okay, next up on the agenda is cooking the vegetables. We're going to mix the onions and the carrots and the green onions all together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some safflower oil back in my frying pan here and get it heated back up. Again, you don't need very much. I'd say like a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half or so. Get that all heated up there and going good. And we're going to cook, let's see, we're going to cook our onions and then our carrots. And then we're going to, at the last few minutes, we're going to throw in the green chives. We don't want to cook the green chives all the way. Now the onions, we're going to throw in there until they're nice and brown. The onions and the carrots together. And then at the last minute or so, we're going to throw in the chives to give it some flavor and stuff. So you ready? Here we go. Make sure you get all the onions again. That's a half cup of onions. And half cup carrots. Now we're going to be doing any seasoning here whatsoever. We're just going to be doing it until it gets brown. Get those over there. Stick out here. And move it around in oil. And again, I'm doing this on about a 6, a medium heat or so, medium high. On the lower side of medium high, maybe you might want to call it. Okay, so starting to get a little golden brown here. A little golden burnt. Tad more oil. Pull that off the fire, it's starting to cook a little too much. Alright, once we got that all saved, we're going to put it back in our bowl. We're going to mix it in with our stuff later. It smells good. Just the onions and the carrots and all that smells good. I haven't
added any garlic butter to it yet or anything. I'm going to turn my stove back down again because we're going to be taking a little break. Next time I come back, we will have all our ingredients together and we'll be ready to do it. Right? We're ready to put them all together and cook us some magical Benihana style fried rice. After everything is said and done, we should be down to 5 basic groups here. We should have our rice, our garlic butter, our vegetables, mixed vegetables, the carrots, the onions, and the green onions, chives, and then our chicken, and then our egg mixture also. Chicken's still a little bit undercooked, eggs are still a little bit undercooked, but that's okay because we're going to put them in a pan and we're going to cook them up with all this stuff together. First we're going to add the rice, then we're going to add the rest of the butter, and we're going to make sure the butter gets all coated with the rice and everything. Then we're going to add the vegetables, the chicken, and the egg on top of that. And swish it all around in the pan, and we'll be just fine. Now, you will need some other ingredients also. The other ingredients you'll need is you'll still need your safflower oil because you'll need to put that in the pan. And then you'll need your soy sauce, pepper grinder, or ground pepper, either one. You're going to need a pinch of kosher salt, and I like to have the garlic salt out just in case, for a little flavoring, a little extra kick to it, in case I'm not getting the garlic that I wanted out of it. But that's not a requirement. I would try these 3 first, and then, if it's not the flavoring, then try and kick it up a notch with that one right there. And that's what we'll be getting to next. Okay, now we're back and we're getting ready to put everything together. We're going to start with the rice, and we're going to put some of all the garlic butter in there, and then we're going to add some of the other ingredients as we go along. I've got my pan up nice and hot right now. Ouch. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of the saff oil again. And maybe to add more. There we go. Get that swirl all over there. And then we're going to start by adding our rice. Oh yeah. Like I said, if you got extra left over, that's a bonus. Because this stuff is even better left over. So we want to get our rice all nice and heated. I've got this on I'd say about 6.5, so a little bit on the medium high side. And we're just continuously tossing the rice right now, trying to get it all warm. And you're going to be doing this pretty much continuously for the next 5 to 10 minutes. And I always go in here and I chop down any big clumps I see. Now, got that lovely garlic butter, and we're just going to dump it all in there. Ugh. Put that on the sides. Much as I can, get it in there. Where have I heard that before? Okay, so now we're going to make sure that the rice gets all coated with that. Ooh. And this is where it starts smelling really good. I'm going to turn up the heat just a bit here, because we are trying to simulate a flat top or even a wok. So now I've got it on about 7. And we got to get our stuff to cook also, some of our other stuff.
And this frying pan is big enough to where I can push this rice up to the side just like a rock, kind of like a wok. I'm going to say just like a wok, because the wok's walls are much higher than that. Alright, got that nice and coated. Next we're going to add our veggies. Put it down in there. Those mixed in. As you can see, it still looks pretty white. I'm going to take care of that in a little bit too. Okay. Get that cooked in. Next thing we're going to add in is our chicken. Throw that over there. I can't tell you how good this smells. Next comes the rest of our egg. Get it out in there. Get it all mixed up in here. Next thing up, we're going to add a pinch. We're going to add 2 pinches Kosher salt. 1, 2. About 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I'm going to stay on the light side this time. Sauce. A little ground pepper. Woo-wee! And last but not least, and some sesame seeds all over it. And you can do that pretty liberal, like I'm doing. All that's all done. Get rid of that. Oh, this smells so good. And there you pretty much have it. Benihana style, or Beni-BK style, chicken fried rice. And that's pretty much it, other than putting it in a bowl here and serving it up. And turning up our stovetop. Oh, that looks good. Of course, I ate a full bowl. That's good stuff. All right, so there you have it all. A little messy, but it's, like I said, my style of Benihana chicken fried rice. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.